Okay, so the first time I made this, I uploaded it, and then I realized the fact that I definitely was missing a lot of stuff, and I didn't even do the other thing I was supposed to do, which is go over that person whose comments were deleted, which I had shown in the screenshots in the part 1, but apparently sometime between like yesterday and today, or maybe even after I uploaded this, I deleted some of the screenshots, or most of them, from who that person was, because I had mentioned that from the other comments that they made, I assumed that they got banned for being truthful and speaking against the agendas that are pushed on this app, especially the ones that are pushed towards kids. But apparently I deleted some of their comments and posts and stuff. Okay, so here's another comment that was deleted from this person that they left up under somebody's post. And since I deleted the screenshots, I can't show it anymore, obviously. I tried to go back through my history, but of course it's not going to pop up anymore since... Well, honestly, I think it's still supposed to pop up. I don't know why it didn't. But basically, the person was saying that they should be promoting self-love so that way people don't want to change how they look and who they are, and so they don't hate themselves. And they also were telling people that they should wait till they're older to transition because they're confused and their agendas being pushed and all that. But honestly, they were saying it in maybe a more quote-unquote politically correct way than I even just did. But of course they're still going to get banned because the fact that this app is what it is and it's for what it's for, and they push what they push. Here's where I got banned off a sub the other day, which is a really funny story. Basically, somebody made a post saying that they wanted to do van life and things aren't working out for them because they were non-binary, and it was a whole bunch of other stuff. And so all I said was, if they go to Cali, the police will take and sell that car real quick. I've met a couple people who ended up homeless because the police thought they were homeless while just visiting, which they were visiting like their vans and even regular cars. Then bam, their car is impounded and sold by police. There was one dude who actually was homeless, but the other ones weren't, and they ended up homeless because of this. Okay, so to try this again. Then bam, their car is impounded and sold by police. They can't get home, they can't go back to work, and then they're actually homeless. Just like that, it happens so quick. And of course, I don't know for sure that this will happen, but it's just a warning. It's not like I'm really trying to scare somebody into not going. I mean, I can't really control what anybody does anyway, but for whatever reason, people flipped out. For whatever reason. Especially the moderator, which I didn't even know that this person who responded to my comment, I didn't even know that they were the mod. Their mod flare wasn't even showing until their last comment, which I'm about to show, where they had went off, and then at the end of their paragraphs, they were like, "This is your final warning for misinformation." And I'm like, misinformation? I'm just sharing things that people have experienced. It's honestly so crazy how they push this misinformation mess. It's just like the new YouTube AI video scanning thing where you can get banned for saying anything that they don't want you to. Well, it's not even new, honestly. It's just been getting worse and worse since 2016. But it's like these mods are really, really funny when it comes to the narrative that they want out there. And it's like you can't say anything that's against their narrative. Just like how in the other video I showed how I had got banned from the abuse escape stuff, warning people about sex trafficking. And then there was the other time, the first time I got on Reddit, where I got banned off a group for saying boys get molested too, and it was a feminist moderator who didn't like that truth who banned me. And I guess that was misinformation too. Then the moderator said, "That's just not true, and I have no idea how you even managed to come up with that." And so it really just doesn't make sense to me why it's like everything is just a conspiracy to these moderators, and it's like they just can't see anything outside of their own experiences. But anyway, the Ninth Circuit Court ruled that imposing either civil or criminal punishments on homeless individuals for sleeping in public who have no place else to go is cruel and unusual, and in violation of the very Constitution of the United States. I mean, it's like the stuff that they're saying makes me wonder how homeless they've ever actually been, because it's like, I mean, even with the stuff that I've seen, that's just, I don't even know where they're getting that from, but still, it should already be a known fact to anybody who's been alive for any amount of time that laws don't really mean anything and people do whatever they want to do. But yeah, the state of California is under the jurisdiction of the Ninth Circuit Court. Did I already read that? There are thousands of homeless individuals living in vehicles all over the state of California, and if the police attempted to impound their vehicles, civil rights activists and attorneys would be all over their butts. Honestly, one of the dudes who this happened to, he did mention suing, but I highly doubt he was ever able to because of his predicament. Which, of course, later she tries to throw up pro bono bullcrap. Honestly, I remember back when I was trying to get emancipated and I couldn't even get a case started fooling with those pro bono people. Okay, where was I? Did I already say civil? I think I already said that. If your friend's vehicle was impounded, it was probably for some other reason. Because, of course, they feel like I'm just trying to cover and rearrange the story for some quote-unquote friend. I don't even like calling people my friend. But, yes. So this is the comment where all of a sudden their mod flare was actually showing. And I knew that this meant that this was an angry mod who was flipping out over some bullcrap and was about to ban me. And I really just didn't even care. I said, laws don't matter much because people do what they want to do. People being the police or really kind of anybody, to be honest. I've met 3+ people that this has happened to. Just because laws say otherwise doesn't mean it didn't happen. Also, everyone can't pay for a lawyer either. It may depend on the city, but I know in Santa Cruz this is a common occurrence. The police auction off and sell cars on eBay. They also ship homeless people to the desert in Hawaii sometimes, but I think that only happens if you're seeing too much. There's actually a documentary type thing about the Hawaii shipment situation. People are corrupt, but if you know who and where to watch out for, it can be avoided. And then the mod said, bull. I attended graduate school in Santa Cruz, UCSC, and still return to visit all the time. If you look at my posting history, you can easily see just how many times I've posted about this, along with the fact that I not only went to college for free, but UCSC also paid me to go there. Over $2,000 a month for working 20 hours a week as a teaching assistant, along with free tuition, health insurance, and a number of other perks. So what they're trying to do right here, also revolving around the fact that they don't know my situation, they don't even know that I'm doing the Laylo Talitian thing, is that they're trying to make me feel like this is my fault and I'm just in a bad predicament and bad things are happening because I'm not being a functional member of society and I'm not using resources like going to a college, so they'll pay me to be a teacher's assistant. That's the little mind, I don't even know what to call it, but that's the passiveness behind this comment. I can just feel it. Hopefully that makes sense, but there is at least 50 students attending college there who live in their vehicles, and at least another 30 without vehicles who straight up live in the forest surrounding the campus. At minimum, only time they've ever even received any kind of ticket is if they don't have a sticker and park overnight in one of the campus parking lots, but there's plenty of other. And I think I had the rest of their response. For one, they're acting like every homeless person goes to UCSC. which was really weird. I don't even really know why they were like trying to make it seem like that, or like everybody can just become a student at UCSC to try to solve their problems. And they got mad because after this, I also mentioned the fact that I've heard otherwise, because I've heard stories of people leaving the college due to racism, and then people being looked down on and talked junk to for being homeless. And of course, things like that are going to happen. But it's like they're trying to paint this one-line narrative based off of the fact that they were treated good while a lot of other people aren't. And they're also trying to make it seem like it's happening to me and whoever else because we're not being functional members of society and taking opportunities like being a student at UCSC, which I can't afford that anyway, and I don't even have residency. Okay, so I don't even know where I was last at, to be honest, but I think I was at in at least another 30 without vehicles who straight up live in the forest surrounding the campus at minimum. Only time they ever... Oh yeah, I did read that part. But there's plenty of other places they can park, and they do. I lived in an ancient camping trailer in the woods about 15 miles from campus. There was nothing legal about it, and no one cares. Santa Cruz has a severe housing shortage. People live wherever they can, any way they can. Students in particular. I don't know why they keep trying to make this about students. I really don't know why or where that came from. Anyway, then they said, oh, and with one of the most liberal colleges in the country, Santa Cruz, is with virtually swarming with civil rights activists. Really, what it's about is how people hijack the word woke and changed it around. Because at the end of the day, I had to do something. But anyway, at the end of the day, this whole civil rights, social justice warrior mess is really just all about communism, along with all the anti-racist stuff. Because like I've said plenty of times, I mean, not on here, but I've said plenty of times, anti-racism is racism, and none of it's really even about anti-racism, really. That's just like a cover term. It's really just about communism, because the most racist places have BLM signs everywhere, but yet due to how redlining it is, no black people even really live in those areas where those signs are at. And then a lot of that stuff is just done to make the white supremacists more mad at other groups of people, because for whatever reason they believe that there's really going to be laws passed to help quote-unquote black people specifically, and then they get more mad, which is weird that they're getting mad anyway, but it's all just a whole bunch of mess. And there's a lot I could say about that, but that's kind of for another video, to be honest. But I mean, that's why, well, I don't even want to go into all of that, but that's exactly why the end of the BLM movement was put in the colors of black and brown on the LGBTQ flag. I mean, I don't even want to go into that. So, swarming with civil rights activists and organizations with pro bono attorneys who love nothing better than to take police harassment cases to court free of charge and gleefully organize all the students they can on campus to join them in protesting. First of all, the protesting is bullcrap. Most of the protesting that I do hear about and see when it comes to the campus students is just revolving around how people in left-right mind herding, specifically the people in left or liberal mind herding, have now been told that they need to turn on, I can't even say the name of the place, but Northeast Africa, where there's a whole bunch of Caucasian Europeans running around claiming to be the people. The liberals are now being told that they need to turn on that specific group of white people or Caucasian people or whatever, because I don't even really like the color terms. And so now they're running around campus and even throughout the streets protesting and saying free Palestine, if I can even say that without this video being flagged. And of course, another thing with anti-racism is people running around screaming free Palestine, but nobody talking about giving the land back to the original people who really lived there. So more white supremacy, really, but none of them are protesting about, at least nothing on this subject, really. And the things that people, well, okay, wait a minute. The public protesting type things that people did claim they were going to organize revolving around the homeless situation all got canceled because of a diarrhea disease that they claim all homeless people have because we're all dirty and we crap everywhere. And I don't even want to go into that. But yeah, anyhow, where was I? Students there will protest anything. That's the issue. Up to and including the rights of banana slugs, quote unquote. I don't know why they keep making it about UCSC students though. I'm really trying to figure out why this came up. I can't even remember what the post was about. Maybe that's why they started mentioning college and stuff, but I don't really get why they keep making it about college students as if that had anything to do with the topic, or at least with what I said. But do not post misinformation again on this final warning. You mods are weird. It's not even that serious. You act like because you had a different experience and a school was nice to you and some others that this means other people's experiences didn't happen. I've heard other people from the colleges have opposite experience. It's not that I think they're bad, they being or they're being the colleges, but everybody just has different experiences. So much for being a left-right mind-hurting social justice warrior, because still only your narrative and experiences matter. It's also funny how all of a sudden on this comment it says mod, and now you're quote-unquote final warning me about quote-unquote misinformation. You mods are always calling anything that doesn't fit your narrative or weird agendas misinformation. It reminds me of when I was warning people on another sub of about trafficking and it was removed for misinformation. What does protesting even do for real? And who are they protesting for? And that was kind of just a funny inside joke to myself, because nothing that they're protesting about revolves around this. It revolves around the people that liberals or people in the left part of the left-right mind hurting were once protecting 24/7 that they've now turned on. I hope I said that right, but basically, because I can't really say it because I don't want this video to get flagged, so I have to beat around the bush. But people should know liberals were once constantly protecting this specific group of Caucasian Europeans that have been running around Northeast Africa claiming to be the people. But now, all of a sudden, they're taught to fight against them and protest against these people that liberals once cared so much about. Honestly, both the left and the right side that are on the same bird, they both once cared about this specific group of people a lot. But and do you mean the same organizations that claim they quote-unquote like whatever like really means, homeless people, but then cancel events because of Shingilla? Shingilla is a diarrhea disease, if I didn't say that before. It's all a money scheme to me and profiting off of human struggles. Also, you're saying this as if every homeless person is even attending UCSC. Hello. You've been permanently banned for participating in this specific group. Honestly, I guess I could have showed the name of this one because it's not like it was abuse escape group, which I don't even know what I was gonna say. But because you broke this community's rules, you won't be able to post or comment, but you can still view and subscribe to it. If ... This was a notification that had popped up in the drop down menu or whatever it's called. You have a new message from whatever that says. Hello, you've been permanently banned for participating. Which, I mean, that kind of says the same thing. So I saw that. And so then the moderator said, removed, banned. We do not permit misinformation on this sub. And you were already warned to stop. If you can't figure out why other mods also won't allow you to post misinformation on their subs either, don't know to tell you. There's not really anything I have to say about this, but this is just another example of the stuff that they do promote on here. And it's like, basically, it's really one-sided stuff. And like I said, it's definitely obvious that the app is ran by white supremacists and child molesters. So here, this is just an example of one group that they have that really focuses on Greco-Roman atheistic philosophies. I don't even know why I stopped recording, voice recording, but it's like, that's kind of what a lot of the groups revolve around. It's even the African group that I seen this one time, which I think was called Our Africa or something like that. And I tried to leave a comment and they wouldn't even let me leave a comment. And then when I asked the moderators about letting me become a member of the group, they said no, and they accused me of being a hotep. And I was like, do you even know what a hotep is? Nothing I've even said was hotep philosophy, and I'm not a hotep. But it was really obvious that 9 out of 10, the group was ran by either some Caucasian people that live in Africa or just Europeans in general. Because, like, even the things that they posted about Africa were, like, really kind of off the wall. So it's like everything has to be from their perspective, and I don't know, what was I gonna say? I don't know, it's hard to explain, like I always say, but it's really just a one-sided app that pushes agendas, and they only want their narrative being pushed. Like, I even got banned from the homeless sub a couple days ago because I was combating this idea that just Mexicans are coming across the border. And of course, since a lot of the people on this app are a whole bunch of racist, white savior, woke, social justice warrior, left, right, mind hurting type people, they claim that they don't want people making immigrants seem like, illegal immigrants seem like bad people, and that people shouldn't be speaking against it. But then it's like they can say stuff, but then when I say it's not even just Mexicans coming across, it's also like European and Asian military and just other people in general. And of course, they'll call me racist while combating me by saying, that's not true, it's nothing but Mexicans and even Africans coming over, while claiming I'm racist. Which honestly, I mean, I don't even know what to say about the mess. It's just mess. There's only so much you can say about mess. But yeah, so I got banned for saying it's not just Mexicans coming over, and that it's European and Asian military, and of course other people who even aren't in the military. And then of course they tried to throw up the whole paranoia thing, that I was paranoid and scared of immigrants because of my what did she say? I wish I had a screenshot, to be honest. I was scared of immigrants. But yeah, she said, she being some commenter, said that I was scared of immigrants because of it. I had a superiority complex or something, just because I said it's not just Mexicans coming across the border. And then I got banned for, what did they claim I was doing? Hate speech and misinformation. And so that was it. I got banned from Our White People Twitter. This was on a whole nother account, I'm pretty sure, but I got banned from there and some history meme page because I don't even really remember what happened on the White People Twitter sub, but I know on the history meme page they were making jokes about people trying to push real history to the forefront, and I don't remember what I said, but I got banned from that for hate speech. And it's like, you cannot say the truth about Jack these days. You really can't. Because, I don't even know what to say, but it's like I've just gotten banned on different accounts when I do get really bored and even get back on this crappy little app for saying true things. And it's like, due to the fact that I'm not biased and I just say things that are true, there were even times where I was accused of being a white supremacist. And obviously, I mean, I hope people who watch these videos know that I'm not white. And then there were other times where I was accused of being a black supremacist because, of course, people hate the truth, and I was just saying unbiased truth, which is why people have accused me of being two things that are completely night and day. And of course, I mean, I could be a Lowland Syndrome house Negro, but I'm not that either. But I guess if I was like that, then maybe I could really actually have white supremacist ideas, but I don't. But yeah. Then there was another time where I got banned off some group, I don't even remember what group, for telling somebody that if they want to keep their baby, they should keep their baby, because basically it was some girl who was talking about her situation and something with a boyfriend, and then everybody was just telling her to just get an abortion, and somebody else got banned too for talking about the agendas that people are trying to push on the kids on this app. Then there was another time I got banned, or at least something was said to me because I questioned why there was actual racist stuff, pro buck breaking and black breeding subs on this app. And of course their subs get to stay up because of course they get to do whatever they want to do. But if you say anything true, regardless of what you look like and what your ethnicity is on here, or even really these days anywhere in general, people are going to be mad and they're going to try to make you seem like some type of hate speech bigot. And then lastly, this is something that I came across yesterday. Basically, people feel like this model or something like that who was trying to sue Balenciaga that went missing, people feel like they secretly killed him and then just decided to make a wax figure of him as a mannequin, because they show how they make their mannequins out of wax or something. People feel like they did it to be funny or whatever. And so, I mean, some people are going to feel like it's racial, but it's not even, everything isn't even really as racial as the communist agendas want to make it seem. It's really just that people are corrupt in general and they do mess to everybody. But anyway, people feel like, wait, no, I'm telling this all out of order. Basically, I seen this comment. Oh, dang, this is the wrong comment. I'm just going to have to replace it. I think I can do that and leave the audio recording here. This is the wrong screenshot. But basically, someone made a Reddit post about this and about how they feel like it was the murder to keep them from being sued. And of course, Reddit removed it, and I'm sure they called it misinformation. It didn't surprise me. Honestly, I feel like if somebody was to make a post on there about any real serious crime involving these clothing brands, or really any higher people that people really like, or someone doing something to kids, or even if it was racial, because of course Reddit is really racist and it's definitely run by white supremacists, I feel like any post like that would get removed if someone was to post it on Reddit. But yeah, overall, Reddit just wants one narrative to be pushed, and that's the narrative of the people running the app and then the moderators, even on the simplest, stupidest stuff. And it's kind of like walking on eggshells, pretty much.